Hey, just want to make a videos because I suddenly get a topic to talk about. It's about um, why um, we should against the China. So, you know, Donald Trump and all the other Western kind of politicians are constantly saying that you know they are against China and they just seems don't really like China, and which I agree with them. Although I'm come from China, uh, but now I live in Westerns because I have experienced the communist kind of the way of they rule in the societies, and I think I have the power or I have the experience to talk about my thought about why we should against China, Russia, or any big countries that have a dictatorship. So from my last videos, I was saying that the problem of UK now is the government become too big, and when the government become too big, it increase the bureaucracies and increase the headcount of the government. The government have taken place of the role that used to belong to the church, which is help the poor people and help the people who don't have an income. In the olden days, when, for example, when the husband died, or when someone lose their source of income or source of food, they go to church, and the church will provide the help and bailout. But after the World War II, because uh, because the Nazi and the Hitlers, which is initial communist party kind of a way, happened in German, and because they form such a powerful and big government, that make other countries have to um, advocate and call on everyone in their country to fight against the war. That's why in World War II, everyone in the UK have involved with the war have been fight with German. So after World War II, because the government they promised that this will be, if you fight the war, this will be your last and final wars, and you have a good life. So after World War II, the benefit have been rolled out, and the governments are promised they will kind of give everyone like general benefit just to thank you that they been helped the country to fight against the German. And then the way of German, the big government way, transport to Russia and make Russia form the Soviet Unions is come from. So the series and all the people, the monies are all coming from German initially. So you know before after the World War II, because Germany is obviously bankrupt because they are fighting with the war. But what they do is they have technology. They still have technologies. You have a very big productivity kind of powers to run the manufacturing. Oh, hi, Neil Morono. Hi. So they still have a big manufacturing powers. And what Soviet Union have is they have resources. So when they combine this together, is a natural kind of way. That's why even before the Ukraine war, Russian and the German have a very good relationships because it's it's just a natural natural power. Hi, dude. uh, yeah. So after Germany filed World War II, one advice. Okay, go on then. Oh, yeah. A lot of people said that you're not the first one. Don't worry. Everyone, that's their first questions. Maybe I should have some medical product for changing my appearance. Anyway, let's keep going my topic. So now the current issue of the world is every countries, because there's a dictatorship and a big government of Russian or China or like this kind of countries. So every country have to prepare a big government as well to just go against with them. So America don't have if you know FBI, if you know the FBI of America, FBI is only formed during the Cold War. So FBI, the purpose of FBI is to go against with the the KGB from Soviet Unions. Um, oh, can I go? uh, yeah, so that's why the countries has to form a big government, because the the communist kind of countries, the government is just too powerful, and if you don't form a big government in your countries, they will penetrate in your government and they will try to expand their values. They will expand their connections. Eventually, they will manipulate your voting systems. They will influence your domestic policies, which is no country want to do that. So because there's two reasons. Number one, World War II, everyone involved in the war, and the country had promised the people to give them the benefit of for everyone, including the people who newly immigrate to the country. And number two is the uh, country runs spy systems, and the country runs kind of a big government that forced the Western countries have decoupled the culture of the church, decoupled, the take the power from the church to the government. The problem of that is when you have powers in the church is working for the communities. Everyone know each other, so they help each other. Not don't need money, because each other. All intelligence agents are blackmailed, served by, and have to report information to Mossad, who run child abuse ring. I don't think so. I don't think so. Uh, the Elon Sharp. I don't think they all has to report information to Mossad. So I just think maybe the Mossad are very strong in technologies. Israel is really good for technologies, so they have some certain ways to kind of see the information or steal the information. And there's a lot of kind of a technology from Israel actually used in America intelligence systems. And tell you something that is very secret, but I know. In China, people use WeChat, and you use WhatsApp. So China have a very strong civilian powers for individuals' informations. So basically, everything your text or videos or even voice kind of a message will be recorded in a data service for like 10 years or something. But people never knows is the America intelligence office will know the informations before Chinese government, just because the foundation systems like Android, like Apple operating systems, all have backdoors, and also the chips they use in the phone and the computers are all made from Americas. So yeah, basically everyone who use phones or any sort of electronic devices can be civilian. And also, if you have an Apple Watch, Apple Watch is even uh, a more kind of a, I would say, scary kind of a device, because uh, I don't know if you know this kind of line detectors. They measure your heart rate to kind of to tell if you're lying or not. So on the phone or on the computers, you can just browse randomly and pretend you like something or you don't like something, right? But if you have the Apple Watch, it measures your movement and your heart rate, your body temperatures, and all this sort of kind of very core data of your bodies. And if you can imagine, Apple could become a very big medical group, because they just get so many health data from so many peoples, and they can basically they can set up an insurance company for medical insurance, and their medical insurance was definitely the best in the world, because they just get. Hi, Mike. Thank you for joining. I hope you finish your work, and I know you always working from home. Yeah, today I just got some random topic, so just come to show up. Yeah, so the Apple Watch could help Apple become the biggest medical insurance in the world, because the speed of your blood never lies, your heartbeat never lies, the movement of your trail never lies, and plus if you use Apple phones and the Apple Watch, they basically get all your body data and also all the sort from your brain, and they can use big data to just push the content that you are interested. Number one, and number two is they can combine the um, the browser histories and your body reactions to be more accurate to know you. They probably know you better than you yourself do. CCP is dual origins. Yes, that's correct. KGB Jew. Yes. Elon is correct. Yes. So no one actually knows the communist parties are actually originated in German. Is German kind of passed the series and the monies to Soviet Union, and then Soviet Unions passing the series and the monies to China. So, which is quite ridiculous. Yeah, also for now, but the job never end. Hope you're well. Yes, I'm well. Five Eyes intelligence all centered around Mossad. Um, I think they probably have peoples disguised in different agent. Um, but yeah, eventually, you know, owning the bottom people, or owning the people in the bottom are quarreling with each other or fight with each other. The top group of people are sort of or friend or kind of connected. So Even for this war between America and Iran, I can see uh, it is just a way of inflate the oil price. So you know, it it squeezed everyone's pocket. So they have to have more debt and just work for the economy never ends. Uh, you know, Also it's kind of a sort the more intelligent people who can do AIs and computer science. So they can be more rich. But anyway, so now I'm in the UK, and the UK have a lot of problems in terms of government deficit and lack of funding for so many different kind of so many different kind of livelihood areas. So yeah, so to solve this problem, the first is you need to unarm or solve the issue of China, because uh, there is a one kind of a trick that China was play that no one in the internet have ever talked about is the control of the free currency exchange. I'll just say it again. It's the control of the free currency exchange. That's the biggest trick that China plays that makes them take advantage of everyone. So what that means? Let me explain. So you see, when you exchange pounds to euros, pounds to dollars, uh, as long as it's legit kind of reasons, it's not money laundering, it's not criminal kind of transactions, you can transfer freely. Uh, but in China, it's not. So the the exchange rate between Chinese yuan and dollars or pounds is all controlled by Bank of China in Hong Kong. So what that means? What that means is if China produce a car and sell to America, if the car was selling for example, 10,000, China, I will ask you how much money, like profit, that China will make. So China will make 100% of the profit because there is no cost for China to produce that car. There's no labor cost. There's no resource cost because there's no free money exchange. So basically, Chinese government can run two-way systems inside of the inside of China. They can just print like papers and uh, endlessly because there's no free money exchange. They don't need to worry about the inflations uh, for their currencies because all the money will controlled on the top level, the Bank of China's, and the peoples in China just working like a donkeys just for this sort of papers. Uh, and then when they make money, is that when they get the dollars and the pounds and the euros, what they can do is they can use that money to buy the overseas resources. So when they buy the overseas resources, they don't need to prepare the same amount of money domestically to matching that kind of income because there's the two-way systems. I don't. Oh, oh, sorry. I don't know if I have explained it clearly. So this bug happened before China joined the WTO, the World Trade organizations. That why now Donald Trump wants to quit that kind of assistance because it is an unfair kind of a how to say unfair kind of a contract or deals between China and the world because because before China is a very poor countries and their um their monetary kind of volume or the size of the economy is just a fraction of the world. So the time is the president of America at the time is Bill Clinton. So Bill Clinton is very kind of a democratic kind of a president, and uh, what he see is, oh, you know, America can print in monies to exchange cheap Chinese good, and as long as China then buy America bonds, buy America debt, so the money America printed will flow back to America. So you see, it's like money games that America did. So for the last 10 years, basically, American people or the American country enjoy their free goods from China um, because of this printing game. So it keeps running, until you know when America need more and more and more, they print more and more and more. Also help China have developed their technologies, their manufacturing powers more and more and more. And when in this generations of China's president, they suddenly realize, oh, hang on a minute, we are just working for our entire life for some basically papers America printed out. So, you know, we don't want to be like this anymore. We want to be, independent. We want to be, I think we're strong enough. We want to get Taiwan back. So, so what happened is, and also, Donald Trump have been selected. Donald Trump is a Republican candidate. So he was against that America trying to basically support the whole monetary systems of the world, uh, because he see all the manufacture have been moved to China, and the people who actually voted for him are losing their jobs in America. So he want to bring the manufacture back. So he started a tax war with China that kind of provoked China to be realized that he can't rely on America anymore. So America is like a husband, making monies, and China is like a wife who actually cook and making food for the whole families, and the family is the whole world, right? So now it's like the husband said, "Let's divorce, and I don't want to give you money anymore," and the wife will say, "Okay, you are so unreliable. Now I have to be an independent woman, so I need to find my own money from outside of the world, which is EU and all this, uh, Africa and Latin America." So uh, that's the problems of now the whole economy. So America have printed so much monies, but no one actually cook for them, like cook food or making cheap products for them. So the inflation is really high, and for China is they kind of cook so much food, but they can't get enough money for the food they have cooked. So they have the austerities and the deflations. So all the goods in China now is extremely cheap. Um, so that's the situation. And because China is in austerities, so the government have to control more of the society to have a bigger government to kind of just gathering all the money together so they can passing through this difficult time for uh, divorce with America. So because China have such a ambitious or not ambitious, been forced to independent, China has to develop a very strong armies and the Marines kind of powers. And because of China and America both trying to be independent, both trying to develop advanced AIs, develop super strong navies, and every countries have to race with them. If other countries don't race with China and America, um, they basically will lose the power to speak their sound out. It's become a Darwin kind of a jungle game. And the problem is a country only have a certain source of wealth and certain source of the resources. So if you are very kind of poor countries, okay, you just have to give up because you can never keep up with the military kind of a competition pace. But if you are like France, if you like UK, if you like German, uh, which have a lot of wealth in the countries, you will spend more money to build a bigger government to counter against the spies and the increasing threat from outside, uh, and also develop your military powers, your navy powers. And because you have to spend more money to this area, you have to spend less money for people's welfare. I think that's the whole things um, of the situation now for the UK government. So the, it's going to be a short term of painful if you stop the Chinese goods or something. It's going to have hyped your inflations. But I think for the long term, it is very good to help uh, reduce the size of the government and give the power back to the local communities. Because why the government is legit is to see if the government can promote the productivities of the economy. If it doesn't matter of what kind of a left wing or right wings, as long as this government can promote the productivities and develop economies, this government is legit because that means people have a better life and get richer. Um, and the problem is how to do that. To do that is you have to grow more wealth and spend less. How you can spend less if you have a super big government? You can only spend less if you give the powers to the church and if you give the powers to the local communities who actually there's a lot of volunteers, there's a lot of uh, you know community kind of bonding connections that they help each other not for money purpose but just for connections. Everyone could get sick, everyone could get poor and lost their job, could be in troubles. You are helping each other. I wish for other people are helping you back. And the big the big government like Communist Party in China is they want to break the communities. They want to make individual person as the molecules of the societies. So they are powerless. They can never uh, against the suck from the taxman, from the suck from the big government. So um, you know, I can understand why UK have to maintain a big government to cope with the outside threat. Um, but yeah, I think if the UK can first with America to fight with the communist kind of big government issues, they will create a very peaceful outside environment. And after they create a very peaceful outside environment, you don't need to have a very strong military powers because everyone just want to have their own good lives. They don't want to gain more powers. They don't want to kind of causing kind of a terrorist attack or causing issues everywhere. The problem of Communist Party is they want to control everything uh, as a machine of the countries because the government don't create anything or they don't create any wealth and resources to maintain a big government of them. They have to keep sucking on other countries or sucking on outside resources. So they have to keep causing chaos from outside countries, causing issues. So they can, take the chance to advocate the poor people there, the people who are in the troubles, to go against with the government, so they can replace with the government. Um, yeah, uh, you know, I wish the UK government can be tougher to China, so they can have in the future they can have a smaller government but a bigger kind of a communities in different regions. In that ways, I think people will have a happier life. They not just work for survivals, but working really for their communities and help each other to have a better futures. Okay, that's today's live. Elon Sharp left two questions. AI companies, 5G and wireless development and robotic developments are mostly Israeli companies. I have done my research. LOL. Yeah, because they control the monetary systems. The Israeli companies, they control the money, so they control the world. Because if you don't have it, you can buy, or you can use the money to destroy a company, make them in the financial troubles, and then offer them a help. That's the problem of running on money, running on. So globalization is basically the international fund, the international money combined with the government who are trying to get rich, or and with the slave workers in the countries. That's why the ordinary people are stopped giving birth because they feel like they live in a slave camp or a jail. So why they giving birth to the child to make their children, suffer the same? So yeah, all governments want to build digital database on everyone for complete control and compliance. China's social credit system was the test center. I think China already built the social credit score system. Even in the UK and America, they have a credit score systems. I think credit score system is already there. It just now with the technologies, the the data you have, the data you give to the cloud and the big companies are more. Like I said, the Apple Watch, you can lie with your mouse, you can lie with your fingers, but you can never lie with your blood pressures, your heart rate, and also your body temperatures. And this is very precise information about. This is like a biologic information of you, which is more accurate and more deep down um, for the data control or credit control something. Okay, thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment or email me, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.